Yeah.
What's that shirt, bro? What's that, Rocky?
What's up,
On
bro?
your shirt?
Yeah, Rocky. There's actually a story behind it. I actually said it on the vlog episode that I recorded this week. November
Oh, yeah.
21st was the 45th anniversary of the Rocky Balboa movie release. So the first Rocky
Oh,
release,
wow.
starring Sylvester Stallone in 1976, bro. So
Man, that's a
way
wow, huh?
before way before our time. Yeah, man. And
Yeah, it's a
you know,
classic, man.
just gotta show the shirt like I did on the
Yeah,
podcast.
nice.
Rocky,
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. I was like, I think I got a Rocky shirt somewhere. Let me put it on. So I used it for the vlog, and I just threw it on for this. So, fun fact of the day.
Out of all the Rocky movies, which one was your favorite out of all of them?
Um, I like the first Rocky when he fights.
First one?
Yeah, when he fights Apollo.
Oh, yeah.
That was like,
That
you
one
know,
was good.
the
That was a
music.
classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. And when he avenges Apollo, and he fights the Russian guy. Whatever.
Yeah, I like the Russian guy. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that one's good. True USA Russia rivals.
Yeah.
And I really like the new ones too. The new ones are good. With Michael B. Jordan, Creed. Those are good.
Yeah, those are good too. Those are starting to be classics as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. But yeah, man.
So, how old is Sylvester Stallone now? He's got to be like, what, 70?
I don't know. That's a good
I think he's
question.
like 70. And he still looks pretty good for his age. I mean, he doesn't look like
Just looking
most
it up real
70-year-olds would.
Yeah.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah,
Stallone
he's like
age.
70.
Yeah, 75, bro.
75, wow.
75, bro.
And he's still making films, making movies and stuff.
And he's directing too. Directing, producing.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know that the other day, right? I was watching. You remember that Hitman movie? The original
Which one?
Hitman movie that they made in like the 2000s or something. 2000.
The one with the guy from Justified, I forget his name.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I have that movie in the collection.
That movie came out in 2007. Timothy Olyphant. Agent 47. He played Agent 47. You know that Vin Diesel produced that movie?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
He funded the movie. Yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like a type of action movie that he would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he actually was the executive producer of that movie. I didn't know that till I saw the credits. I was like, Vin Diesel. Oh, snap.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a type of investment that you do
Yeah.
for like people who are in the movies and want to get their money back right away. He
Yeah.
probably knew that was going to make money. I think it made a lot of money, actually, because it was a PlayStation game first, remember?
Yeah. Let's see.
How much money did it make? My bad. I'm making you look everything up.
It's cool. 101.3 million in the USA.
Yeah, man.
Only
So
in
if
the
you put
USA.
like a good. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So international, I mean, that was a big game back in the day. We used to play that for PlayStation, remember?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was out for PS2. Even
Yeah.
PlayStation 1, I think.
Could have
If
been
I'm not
PS2.
mistaken.
Yeah.
PS2 all the way to now.
Cuz I
To
think
now it's just like PS5.
yeah, cuz I think PlayStation 1 was the 007 game. Remember that?
Yeah, that one was.
Remember that one?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one with.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was
yeah.
that dude's name?
The original
The first.
007.
Yeah. 007. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Anyway, I forget his name, but.
Pierce,
Pierce.
yeah. Yep.
Pierce Brosnan,
Brosnan.
the
Yeah.
English dude. Yo, that game was. I think there was one level I couldn't beat, and I
Yeah,
just
that
stopped
game was
playing it
pretty
because
cool,
it was
though.
too hard. But it was a classic too. That one, I remember that one.
For sure, man. Yeah, and then after that they came out with the Hitman,
Hitman,
Hitman
yeah.
games. And they actually
Talking
have
about
one.
007,
Yeah.
they're coming out with a new one too. or I think they came out with it already, and it's in
Yeah,
theaters.
the new one with man, it's hard
No
to
Time to Die or something.
Daniel Craig. Daniel
Daniel
Craig.
Craig, yeah.
Um, let me see. New movie. It's called Die. No Time to Die. That's the
No
name.
Time to Die, yeah.
And it was released 2021 this year. So I'm guessing it's already out in theaters. So I'm guessing maybe like a month ago, maybe less. You know.
Yeah, they probably wanted it out for the holidays, or
Yeah.
that's what time it usually comes out.
So it was
Dude, we're talking
released.
about classic video games. What's your favorite video game of all time? Like all time.
It was released October 8th, 2021. My favorite video
Oh,
game
nice.
of all time, man. Um, I used to really like. There was a football game called NFL Blitz for the PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
That was cool because you could catch fire, like and you're in
Yeah.
the red zone. You're like, juking people out. And I used to like another one, a classic. It was NBA Jam, the 2-on-2.
Oh yeah,
He's
that one
on
was awesome, man.
fire.
Yeah, and then
You
they
know,
made like the street ones, like NFL Street and NBA Street,
those were
and
cool.
those were kind of like those. I remember.
Man, it's hard to really pinpoint favorite game of all time. That's hard, bro.
Like for me, it was this one. I forget the name of it, but I think it was like on Sega or something. But it was like you would fight in the streets, and there was
Streets
this
of
black.
Rage.
That one, yeah. There was like
Yeah,
this little black kid with a
yeah, and you
rollerblades
walk
and
around beating people up, the gangsters
yeah,
or
that was
whatever.
one. That one was my favorite. And another one was the Paperboy on Nintendo.
Oh, that's a classic,
That one
bro.
was cool. I like that one.
The fun thing is that
Yeah.
they have all those games for the Nintendo Switch, bro. So
Oh
me
yeah.
and my girl, we be playing those games, the Mario's, all that, the old school games, the old school Mario.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
I remember when we when we were little, Enid's favorite game was the Mario one with Luigi and what's
Yeah,
the
Super Mario.
dinosaur? Super Mario, yeah.
Oh,
And she
Yoshi. Yoshi.
Yoshi, yeah. She'd play
Yeah.
that like every day.
She got the furthest though from us because we didn't
Yeah,
really
she
play
was
that
good at
game
that
like
game.
that. I
I
think we
like
used to.
Sonic though. Sonic was pretty good.
Sonic was a classic, bro. Sonic was a
Yeah,
classic. And
that
Street
came out.
Fighter. Remember Street Fighter
Street
with
Fighter.
Ryu and Ken? You know.
There was a boxing game I think that Mike Tyson was in that you'd have to fight him, or you were Mike Tyson fighting against all these
Yeah,
other
I
opponents.
think you're talking about
Man,
yeah
what
the
was that game?
Nintendo Punch Out.
Punch Out. Yeah,
Punch Out.
man,
You're like,
that's the game right there.
and then the fat guy's like, right?
Yeah, that's the game. And I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't recall, but I don't know if you were somebody else or if you were Mike Tyson fighting them,
You were
but
like
I
an
think
up
that
and
was like the
comer.
coolest game.
Yeah, you were like a up and comer, and at that time they only had one character. You were a white boy with blonde hair. They
Uh,
didn't have the the
yeah,
multiracial characters like you have now.
yeah.
But they had that guy, the one character, and you had to work your way up to Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson was like the ultimate champion or whatever.
Talking about that game, I was watching Impulsive, the podcast with Logan Paul
Okay.
and his crew, and Mike Tyson was a guest there. I think this was like 10 months ago that they aired it, but I just recently watched it. And Mike Tyson was talking about recreating that game, like a newer version of it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I think that's in the works.
Yeah, I think
And I
I
think
heard
he's
something
gonna
about
do it.
that. Yeah. Mike
Yeah.
Tyson's coming out with a new boxing game. Yeah.
And also Mike Tyson Ranch. Have you heard about that?
Mike Tyson Ranch. Nah.
Yeah, it's a place basically where it's like they've he was saying like they work on your mental health
Oh, you're
and
talking
everything
about
and like
his facility? He
his
has like
facility, yeah,
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I know. I thought there was something that
where
had
you
to do
like
with that.
where
Yeah.
you're gonna probably do experiences like the toad, the lizard, the snake.
Oh
He said,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
there's like a floating river. He said,
I mean, yeah, that's something that has really helped him though, that he talks
yeah,
about. It's really helped his mental and how to be a better person, how to not want to kill everybody and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
if
I
you
mean,
guys have any time, if anyone's listening to this, go watch that episode. It's called Impulsive, the podcast, and Mike Tyson's the guest on that one. And I
yeah,
think it's on their main page. And I was watching it the other day. I mean, it's really interesting the stuff that he says, and you get to know him a little bit. And I think that's awesome.
yeah. Shout out, Impulsive Logan Paul's podcast. You know,
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah.
I like watching it.
There's a lot of good podcasts that I be listening to. Um, One called Fighter and the Kid. You know, it's
Oh
like a
yeah.
comedy, comedic. They talk about fighting and pretty much anything. There's another one called King and the Sting. Shout out them.
Oh yeah.
And there's a local one too. Shout out Frankie Ramirez, with Conversation and Cognac, man. That's a good
Yeah,
one
that one's a
too.
good one too.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good ones I listen to, man. You know, definitely.
I think recently I've been listening to Your Mom's House. Have you seen that one?
Nah, what's that about?
It's with two comedians, their husband and a wife. I forget their names.
Mm.
Uh, I'll look it up. But yeah, Your Mom's House. I think it's man. Let me look it up. And
Go
then there's
ahead.
another
Go
one
ahead. While
too.
you talk, I'll
Oh
look it up. Let's do that.
yeah, YMH. Look that up. And then so there's YMH, Your Mom's House, and then there's with the same guy. He does it with Bill. I think it's Bill Burr. I think his name is. Two bears
Uh,
in one cave.
oh, Tom Segura and
Yeah, that guy.
his
Yeah,
wife. Yeah.
Tom Segura, dude.
Yeah. Okay. He's funny, bro. That dude's funny. He's
You
good.
have to watch that one. If you want to laugh for an hour, watch that
I
show.
came
It's funny.
across him on the Joe Rogan podcast. I came across him. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, this dude's
I've
funny. He talks about
I've
crazy
been known him
experiences.
since he was like a fat guy. You know, he recently lost weight, but he was really fat before.
Yeah, he was a real fat guy. Yeah.
And a
Yeah,
couple
man.
specials on Netflix, and I always liked them.
Yeah, Netflix. Yep.
And then I found out he was Joe Rogan's friend. I was like, oh, okay, no wonder. You know,
Yeah.
it all ties in.
Yeah, he kind of pushes everybody to be better, and that's the type of person, you know, people should be, man. Just push each other to be better. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, if you could do it, and I see talent in you, I'm gonna tell you, hey, go for it. And if I don't see that it's meant for you, hey, man, maybe you should try something else. You know. And same goes for
Yeah.
me. Like if people were like, hey, maybe you should try this. All right, cool. Maybe that's not for you. All right, cool. You know, if I really feel it within myself, all right, let's do it. You know?
I feel like a lot of times, I mean, like people will do what they want to do, and
Yeah.
eventually they'll get to a point where it's like maybe it's not for me.
Right.
But a lot of people push it to the limit, and they get to who they are because of that. Oh, I don't think this is what you're meant to do and stuff like that. It's like no, it is what I'm meant to do, and you keep pushing, right? You keep pushing
Right.
that
Right.
that limit, and some people do get there, but other people don't. You know, and I think it's okay to kind of not stop or quit, but kind of self-evaluate yourself and be like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. You know?
Yeah. A lot of times I just feel like good friends in your life, good people in your life, they see you from a different perspective and a different bubble than you see yourself, you know?
Yeah,
So, like, if it's coming from you, like, if you were to be like, yo, stop it, bro, you know? Just stop. I'd be
yeah.
like, damn, he knows me, bro, you know?
I guess that's who it's coming from, but at the same time, you kind of have to like listen to yourself, man, and see what you really
Yeah.
want to do. You know?
Yeah.
And I think you'll figure it out. I mean, I feel like everyone's gone through that. Like in high school, I had an experience where it was like I was playing football, and these guys were just like hitting themselves really hard. Like every play, I'm like, I don't know, man, this ain't for me. I kind of want to
Yeah.
be able to walk or after, have a life after. And I feel like I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I knew I wasn't gonna make it to the NFL. I just wanted to kind of try it out,
Yeah.
kind of figuring myself out. But it wasn't for me, man. So I didn't end up continuing to play that year. And it's okay. I mean, it's not like I quit. It's just like
Yeah.
you try things, right, to figure it out.
Right. I was just checking the audio, but yeah, man. No, I definitely feel you, man. When it comes to that, it's like you got to try things sometimes, and even though people tell you, hey, don't do this or don't do that. Like you said, you gotta sometimes try for yourself, and then eventually you'll understand what they were talking about or what you really want to do. You know. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's real. You know, that's real.
Yeah, man, it's trial and error. Like,
Yeah.
anybody, anything that you go through, like in life, you try out for a job or you apply and you might not get it, but you don't understand why, and then you get the job finally because you have the experience,
Yeah.
that they were looking for and stuff like that. So I think it's just all in its time, I guess.
For sure, man. I'm a big believer in that. All in its time, and it's really all in God's time. A lot of people are like you said, why
Exactly.
can't I do this now? I want to do this right now, and they rush it and they mess up God's plan for you. You know, there
Yeah.
is a plan, a purpose for you. You just have to be patient and kind of go with the right path, and if or go with the right current. Like, okay, I'm going this way. Just let God kind of guide your life. And then sometimes, you know, people rush it, but I feel like you got to be patient. Like I said, just be patient, and then things will work out the way they're supposed
Yeah, I
to. You
mean,
know?
be patient, but also work towards something, right? Like if you have a goal in mind,
Yeah.
don't just stop working and be like, oh, it's in God's plan. Like
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
man, but you continue to do what you love to do, right?
Yeah.
With the talent that you were given,
Mhm.
and and everything will play itself out the way it's supposed to. And that's just how I feel about things. Like,
For sure,
and
man.
it's okay. It's okay to fail. Like, a lot of times we do stuff and it doesn't always hit the mark that we want, right?
Right.
But you have to enjoy the journey and you have to enjoy the little wins as well. And I think that's important. You have
Yeah.
to appreciate what you have, man. Because some people don't have what you have, and they want what you have, and vice versa, right? But
Yeah. For sure.
I think it's just important to just enjoy the journey, and yeah, like you said, everything in God's plan.
For sure. I don't know the guy's name. But there was a trial. You remember that shooting that happened? I forget where it happened. It was like a shooting that happened when the protests were going on, and this man he had killed some people, and he had an AR,
Mm.
and I don't know. I want to say Wyoming, but I'm not too sure. And he finally went through trial, and he got out after killing people. He got out, so he's free, which is kind of crazy. It's
Yeah.
like
So it
sometimes you
was.
can't put
Sorry
all
to
your
interrupt
trust
you.
on the
It
justice
was
system, you know?
Kyle Rittenhouse.
There
That
you
guy.
go. Yeah, there you go.
And I think it recently happened November 16th.
Yeah, that's a lot of people were shocked, like, man, what's going on? This dude killed people, you know? And some people were trying to justify it like, oh, I'm glad that guy got killed. He was a pedophile. Like, it's not like he went out to go kill people because he knew who they were, you know what I'm saying? He just was shooting random people, you know what I'm saying?
I think that
So,
you
it's crazy.
you have to know the whole story, and like you're saying he's shooting random people. I don't know the whole story. I wasn't there. Sometimes a lot of people will lie in the media.
Yeah, yeah,
So you just take it with a grain of salt, like
right.
what I heard from the case was that
Right, and
um
I'm just saying what I heard, like, or whatever the media portrayed. I mean, I don't know the real story, you know, but I just thought it was
yeah, I mean
crazy.
what I heard, it was self-defense. Um but at the same time, I don't believe that you should be walking around with a loaded weapon, especially an automatic weapon around just but
Yeah,
you have to the situations, and especially down there in Wyoming or wherever it was.
yeah,
I
man.
feel like the laws are very different,
Yeah,
and like
that's yep, very different.
and there was a lot of protesting and like just violent protesting going on, and maybe some people were scared for their lives, man.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
a lot of people they're not like us, right? Where it's like we're not gonna walk around with a gun just because we're scared. Like we know how to defend ourselves, but a lot of
Right,
people don't, and
right,
that's all they have as a form of protection. I don't know
right.
the whole story. I don't think it's right to kill anybody, you know. Um, but you don't know. I mean, the kid was young. It says here he was
He was young, yeah,
must have been like 17 or something like that.
yeah, and I believe he got hit with a skateboard in his head.
18-year-old. He's 18 now, but last year he was 17. So
Yeah, he got hit with a skateboard too.
I mean,
While
when
he
you're 17,
while he had the gun. So that's what happened. He got hit with the skateboard. The guy ran, and I think he shot at the guy with the gun,
I
which
I
is
think that
crazy.
at that age you probably do know what's right from wrong, obviously, because you're. When I was 16, I did.
Yeah,
Um,
for
I
sure,
just don't
man.
think that at 16. I mean, who knows, man? At 16, maybe I would have probably shot
Right,
somebody
and
because
was
you don't
that
even.
and was that even really his gun? You know what I'm saying? Whose
Yeah,
gun
and
was
it's
that?
like
You know,
I
it's
don't know,
crazy,
dude.
bro.
I mean, how do you feel about it at that age? Would you shoot somebody like if they were, you know?
I feel like we were in a different mindset than we were right now. Probably weren't thinking straight. Probably would have,
Mm.
and then be like, oh man. But I always had the fear of God in me, so I don't think I would have
Yeah.
gone as far as maybe shoot at people, you know, but not shoot at somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like just probably try to scare people instead of actually physically shooting somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I think a warning shot first, right? And
Yeah,
then
warning
depending on how
shots.
it
Yeah,
escalates.
yeah,
But right, that's the thing with us, and it's like, but you don't know how he was raised. What if he was raised in a racist environment? You know, what was the
right.
dynamic in that situation? Was the guy black that got shot?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Mm.
I'd have to look into the story, but that's just something that I heard in the news, like in the media and stuff. I was like, oh man, you know, whatever
I mean,
happened
let us know.
to that, you know?
Let us know in the comments, guys. See what to see what you guys think. I think it's interesting, even though the trial is
Yeah,
done, but just to get opinions, you know.
yeah, for sure, man. It's pretty crazy.
That
But
is
yeah,
crazy.
man. Yeah. What's
You know, and it's unfortunate that you like a 17-year-old in America would be stuck in that situation too. You know, like, come
Yeah,
on,
man.
man. But why were you there, bro? Why were you there? You didn't have to put yourself in that situation either.
Right.
You
That's what's
you kind of thought it out, man.
yeah, you're kind of looking for it at that point, right?
Yeah,
You could have
I
stayed your
think
ass
so.
home. You know what I'm saying? Stay your ass home.
Yeah,
What's a 16-year-old kid doing at a protest? You don't even know what you're protesting about.
with a gun, with
With the
an
gun.
AR, and it was an automatic too. It wasn't like a handgun, you know.
And all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. If it was a minority, you know, someone of color, someone of ethnic background, right? I think that in that situation, it sucks to say, but I think they would have got lit up by the cops
I think so too, man.
because they brought him down real
Unfortunately,
peacefully. Like, put your weapon down. He put his weapon down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But in that situation, it's like, you know, come on, man.
Well, think
You
about
know?
it like this too. Like if I was a Hispanic cop and I saw a Hispanic doing that, right, a little Hispanic kid doing that, right, uh, in a culture like this, we tend to stick together, right? And I feel like that's
Yeah.
how Caucasians are too, or white people. They all try to stick together as well. I don't feel like, you know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely deeper than just the situation at hand. Things we don't know, things we don't know. You know, who's
Yeah.
got hands where and what pockets. You know, I mean, you never know, is what I'm saying. So I don't know. I like to see both sides of the story and keep an open mind, but you just never know, bro. You know, you never know. You
And you
never
know
know.
what's funny too? During this whole situation, there was this kid that was in jail, incarcerated wrongfully. His name was Julius Jones.
Right.
I don't know exactly what happened to him, but I know on the days of the trial, like right before he was going to get executed
Yeah.
in prison and he was wrongfully convicted, and he was a black kid,
Right.
and they didn't talk about that in the media at all, bro. Did you hear about
Yeah.
that? I bet you didn't know it.
Didn't hear about that.
See?
Yeah, I feel like they put they put in the media what they want you to see, you know? What do we want people to see? What do we want people to know, you know? What's really behind the curtain? That's what we're trying to cover or just sweep it under the rug, you know? But unfortunately, that's the society and the world that we live in. So, like you always say, though, you got to take it with a grain of salt, and just know the truth. Try to look for your own information. look into it. Just look into it. That's all you really got to do. Look into everything.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Right, and kind of make an informed opinion about it with the information given. But also, like,
Right.
talking about the media, I used to work in the news stations,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a lot of things going on
BS. Right.
that aren't correct, right? They don't give you the right information all the time. They kind of lead you in the direction that they want you to be led into.
Right.
Right? Every news station has their own way of doing things and their own way of leading the masses or the people watching this stuff. And that's just how it is, man. Fox is
Yeah.
different from CBS. CBS is different from NBC. Um,
Are they
I
though?
feel like yeah, they are. They are different in their way that they try to, I guess, feed you the information. You know,
Yeah, but
right? Because
a,
some
a
people
lot of
might be
times I feel
more
like it's the
Trump
same.
supporters.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people might be more Trump supporters. Some people might be more Bernie Sanders, whatever.
Right. More left,
And
more
that's
right. Yeah.
right, and that's where it comes into play. That's what it's about. It's not about right or wrong. It's about, who do you whose side are you on?
Right. And whose views? Where are the views coming from? Do we get more
Exactly.
views when we talk about this, or do we get more views when we talk about that? You know?
I don't think that news has been, um, I don't want to say fair, but kind of like transparent in a long time, man. You know?
Man, it's been decades, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, they always try to hide something. I mean, they're not always gonna tell you the truth, right? They kind of want to tell you what they want you to hear.
A lot of it, I think, is just fear. Like they try to push fear in you, like fear mongers. Like fear, fear, fear. Oh, be careful. Fear, 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 fear. Oh, look over your shoulder. Oh, oh. Like man,
Yeah, I mean,
relax, bro. You know.
when I used to work there, it was probably like 85% negative, and the rest was probably like light positive stories.
Yeah.
But that's just how it was, and that's when I was working there. That must have been like what, seven
Right.
years, 8 years ago. So
Well, almost a decade. You know what I'm saying?
right, so you can imagine how much has changed now. Like,
Right. It's crazy, bro. That's the world that we live in, man. But yeah.
I think the only news that I actually really like listen to is the local news. Like the weather and things that are going on in your town, things like that. That's not the only thing that I actually really believe that it's you know
Possible.
percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, possible. That's true.
Right.
Other than that, I don't believe anything that they say, bro. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like you really have to find a reputable source for your information, Something that's real, that's not feeding you the BS.
Yeah, you have to be there,
Yeah, you have to be there. Or have people
right?
that live around that area like, "Hey, is this really going on in Texas or is this really happening in
Exactly.
Florida?" No, man, not at all. I was like, "Oh, because they're saying this." No, it's not happening right now.
Yeah, because during this whole COVID thing too, people in Abu Dhabi weren't going through this, bro. They weren't getting vaccinated, and there was no pandemic over there, bro.
Right. That's
There
crazy.
was nothing going on, bro. And here in America and in Australia and Canada,
Yep.
it's all going on, and people are getting locked down. It's like, no, it's
The
not going on over there.
pandemic.
But ask yourself a question: why is that, bro? The
Uh,
money, bro. The money.
yeah.
It's all about the money, bro.
I was gonna say fear. Like how they can control people is through fear, right? Don't leave your house. You'll get sick. You know, like oh my god. Don't touch anybody. Stay 6 feet away. Wash your hands. Stay away from people. People are negative. People are bad. They have positive COVID. It's like damn. Cause I remember one time when Tom came over the house because I was getting ready to sell mass dialect for those of you that know him as mass dialect. He came over the house and he was getting ready to check out a car that I was selling. It was a Honda Civic, uh, 2005, no 2008, I think it was 2008 Honda Civic or 2000. 5 Honda Civic, something like that. Honda Accord, sorry. He was getting ready to check it out, and I felt bad because I was like, man, this whole COVID thing, it's like, and I got kids, so I was like, I shouldn't even get close to him. And it was like, man, I wanted to be like, yo, what's up, bro? But I was like, from the window. And I was like
Oh, for
talking
real?
to him on the phone, like, hey, I left the keys here. Go check it out. Take it for a test drive, whatever, whatever. And then when you're done, put the keys back, and I'll just park the car or whatever. But it was awkward. It was like, this is not me. Like, but I felt like I had to do it because of the kids. Because if there is anything out there, I didn't want to bring it in the house and then the kids get sick because they had already been going through it already. And I was like, it felt bad.
Right.
Excuse me. It's early in the morning. That's why, you know, haven't gave my body enough time to adjust to all the BS and, get it out. So that's how it is, man.
And I think that's a perfect example of like what you're talking about is like if you weren't being lied to in the media, you would, you know what I'm saying? What can you go off of, right? You kind of going through like an instinct process there where it's like my kids, man, regardless of everything that's going through,
Right.
instinctively, right? As a father, you're going to want to protect your kids
Yeah, because
regardless.
of course, because
You
if it
know?
was just me, I would have been like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Go
Exactly.
outside and yo, let's go, whatever."
Right. And I think that's why it's so
You know?
different between us two. Like right now I probably do more, right? I'm more active and you kind of just like making sure your kids are good and no
Yeah, man.
COVID and stuff like that.
And it because
That
I
makes
wanna. The thing is, my instinct, right? My instinct is always like when you're like, "Yo, gonna be here, gonna hit up the studio." My instinct is always like, "Yeah, I'm down," right? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really want to, you know. I really want to go, but it's like I don't want to leave all that the handful of the duties as a parent to my wife. It's like,
Yeah.
cuz kids will drive you insane, bro. And they're kids, come on. They're going to be kids. They're going to be fussy. They're going to want their needs and stuff. They don't know, right? They don't really know. So you have to kind of be there to guide them and stuff, whatever, right? So it's just tough because I don't want to leave that responsibility completely to her. Even when I'm home and I'm doing my edits or whatever, man, how many times do I have to stop? You know what I mean? All right, let me stop doing this. Even now, like just trying to squeeze in this hour, right? We've been trying to do this podcast episode for weeks now, right? Hey, when are we gonna do it?
Yeah.
Hey, when are we gonna do it? Hey, tomorrow. Oh man, I can't do it right now, bro. Like if you were on the phone with me around 9 o'clock, they had just woken up. I was like, oh man. Usually they sleep till like 10:30, 11. Because they go to sleep a little later. But it's like, man, you know. And luckily my wife takes them in the room, and I'm good, for a little bit. So big help. It's a big help when you try to do your thing.
Yeah, I think as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I know that too much of something isn't good. And sometimes, like you said,
Right.
kids can drive you crazy. I was watching this this Netflix special that Kevin Hart had. I think it was the Irresponsible uh, stand-up
Was it the one that he
comedy
did
he
from
had.
his house?
No, he was like in London, UK or something like that.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
And so he was saying a joke. You gotta go back and watch it. Don't quote me word for word, but he was like, sometimes when I come home, the baby would be looking at me through the window, and we do eye contact. And then I go like, he said, I go like this, fuck you, baby, because sometimes you want your date, like your time off, because kids have too much energy when you get home. Like, dad's home, time to
Yeah.
play, dad's home. When you just came home from like 9 hours of work. And so he
Yeah,
said,
man.
fuck you, baby, and he just reversed back the car out the driveway. He's like, I'd rather be at work just throwing boxes at the wall than deal with the kids sometimes. I'm like, yeah, man, I could imagine.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes, yeah, but you got to think about your wife, man. Right now, I'm very grateful that she has time off of work that they gave her parental leave and all that stuff, and she has time off of work, kind of like I did, but obviously they give her more time, and it's great because, they're actually being raised by their mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. You know what I mean? But yo, man, it's not easy, bro. You know. And
Yeah, and
sometimes
I
when I
think
see that she's had enough, like she's giving me the look, like I'm about to kill him, you know. And I'm just
yeah.
like, all right, I got it. You know, I can be a little bit more helpful sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, but sometimes it's a mother's love is what they need. They don't even want daddy's love sometimes. So, you know, it's crazy.
It's kind of society's just all messed up, man. Because I don't feel like it should be that way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure.
It shouldn't be that way. You should be able to enjoy the process, and I feel like a lot of times you can't because you're so worried about financials and like
Oh
work
man, of
stability and
course.
things like that, and that's a stressful. You're already stressed out enough. You don't need that.
Right.
In other countries it's different though. I've heard that that
Yeah.
Italy's different, you know, where they take that more serious, like you being a parent, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you
And I
you
guess
see other
it's
countries.
different.
Sorry to cut you off. I always do that every episode, but other countries, I feel like they figured out the system a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because look at all the sickness and all the cancers, diseases that United States has. It's like everybody's always sick or mental health. Like you don't see that in other countries, bro. You know?
Yeah, or not as much anyway.
Yeah, not
It's
as
very
much.
rare.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
Talking
go ahead,
about like
continue.
talking about like curing diseases. No, that's all I was gonna say. It's just different, right?
Yeah,
Because they let you enjoy the journey more. Like being a parent is a beautiful thing, and then with all this stress that you go through day to day, you don't really get to enjoy it. I feel like as much as you would like to in
yeah,
society, right?
yeah,
And it's messed up. I don't think as a first time parent or whatever the case is, even if it's your third kid, I feel like you should be
yeah.
able to enjoy that process like you did the first kid.
Right.
And it's just it's different. But talking about like curing illnesses, the documentary for Dr. Seppi's actually still coming out. I don't know
Wow.
if you heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope that
regardless of what happened.
I hope that they didn't try to um, distort the information, though. Because a lot of times they try to do that. I hope that Netflix kept it pure if they're trying to release it on Netflix or something. You know
I
what I
don't know
mean?
if it's on Netflix or whatnot, but I know that that Nick Cannon took it over after Nipsey died. So I don't know how much you
Oh,
trust Nick Cannon or whatnot, but I feel
yeah,
like he's a real one. I feel like
yeah.
he's
I
a
feel
real one.
like he's pretty real, especially with that whole issue that happened with him with the he said some things he wasn't supposed to on a podcast or whatever, or in an interview, talking about the industry and how there's a lot of demonic and Satanism in the
Mm,
industry, and how there's a lot of pedophilia, stuff like that. He said
yeah, man.
he said certain things that he wasn't supposed to touch on because he's Hollywood, right? But he's like
Yeah,
he's Hollywood, right? But he's Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? He's himself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you
yeah,
dabble in Hollywood. You might know some people, but you're not like in Hollywood. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
the whole
I mean,
issue with
anyway, from our perspective, right? We don't know the
yeah,
whole story,
right.
but from what we
From our
see,
perspective, from what he's telling us, from everything, maybe he's learned to just stay away from it. Maybe he's changed his ways. Right? You don't ever know how he started, whatever, whatever. But I'm saying right now, that's what you see. That's what he's telling you. And they took away his show, Wildin' Out. Remember that?
yep.
They took it away, and they tried to give it to one of his co-workers or co-stars on the show, and the guy declined it. He's like, I don't want this. I don't want to do this to my brother. He was there
Yeah,
for me. He helped me out when I didn't have anything, and he gave me a foundation. Like I'm not gonna do that to him. So he went through some, you know, um, court issues or whatever with the show. He ended up making his own show called the Nick Cannon Show, which is like a Steve Harvey talk show host or whatever.
oh, I
He
didn't know
has
that.
that, and then he went through the whole court system, the whole process of trying to get the Wild 'N Out show back, and he finally did. So good for him.
Mm.
It's crazy.
So it's his show now, or is it still
Yeah, Nick Cannon's
MTV's?
Wild 'N Out show. Yep.
Oh wow, that's big, bro.
That's big, but it took time. How many years? You know? Excuse me. It took
Yeah, I
like
mean,
a few
I
years.
feel like it should have been his show anyway because he if without him, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same show without him.
They could try,
Like,
but people are gonna be like, yeah, some people might rock with it, but the true fans are gonna be like, nah, I ain't messing with that show.
yeah, like when they did the and one dirty. Remember that when it
Yeah, I was
was
like,
like and one. What was the other name of the other one?
ball up tour, or whatever.
Oh man, I was
I was
like,
like,
dude,
nah,
stop.
this ain't the same, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, they
We
did
used to be
and one
faithful
dirty.
to N1, and every time you got fouled going driving to the lane, N1. Remember that? N1.
But I mean, I remember and one back in the day was like
Crazy,
it was. Yeah, it was bigger than NBA, bro.
bro. We went to one. You remember?
Yeah, I went to one in Lawrence. I remember.
Yeah, we went to one. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
I
we
went
went
to
to one.
two actually. I went. Yeah, we went with Juan and Juan, Jonathan,
Yeah, we went to one. I think it was in the
Brian.
Garden, in the
Yeah, we
Celtics
went with
court.
all of them back in high school. Yep, I remember.
Yeah, we went. Yeah,
We went there. That was crazy. Yeah, we were dunking all over the place,
yeah,
crossing
that was
people up.
wild.
And I went to a smaller one right before it ended.
I think you told me that. Yeah,
Um, in Lawrence when I was like 17, 16.
yeah, yeah,
And I saw a Black Widow. Remember that guy?
yeah, man. Yeah,
And I think I don't know, a couple other ones were there that were like newer, but he was like one of the legends that was there, and I took a picture with him. I have a picture with him, which I think that was cool. He was one of my favorites back in the day. I liked him, Ao, and I know I know which one was your favorite, but I'm not gonna say it. You could say it. I liked Main Event, Half Man, Half Amazing.
yeah.
I liked Ao and Black Widow, and then talk about yours. I don't know
I
which ones were
liked
yours.
Hot Sauce.
Yeah, that's the dude. I was gonna
Hot
say it.
Sauce, and there was another dude named Spider. Remember Spider?
Oh yeah, Spider.
Spider, what are you doing? He's gonna
And
hypnotize
the
you.
professor too. He's still
The
nasty.
professor was nasty, bro. You know. And
Yeah, he was one of the best there.
there was another dude I liked. Skip to my Lou. He was like the original dude.
Oh
One of
yeah.
the original, and he actually made it to the NBA, bro, for a few years, man.
Yeah, he made it
What's his
there
name?
for
Refer Alston.
Alston. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there. I think he played with Vince Carter at one point too.
Shout out Vince Carter, man. True legend, huh?
Vince
Of the
Carter,
game,
yeah.
bro. That dude is a
I know,
legend.
40 years, huh?
Wow.
He was
Putting in
not
work.
40 years, but he was 40.
Didn't even care, bro, if he was coming off the bench towards the end. He just loved the game. That's it. He loved
Yeah,
the
man.
game, you know? Still trying to do it. It wasn't even about the money for him at that point. He's like, man, whatever.
Man, it's kind of unfortunate though. I wish he would have won at least one championship.
I mean, but he made it pretty damn close, man, you know? Pretty damn
Yeah,
close.
Iverson. Iverson took it away from him though.
Yeah, but for
in
what?
that-
To
in that
win
game.
one game in Kobe. I mean, when you're playing Kobe,
Yeah, when you're playing Kobe, but that's the thing. People knew who Kobe was, but they didn't know who the Black Mamba was just yet. And I think in that
Right.
game,
in that series.
he was talking about in that series. He was talking about like when Iverson won the first game. He was so obsessed with the way that he played that he had to figure him out, right? Because he
Right.
was tearing them apart. So he watched tape and he said, I became a student of him, right? Trying to figure him out, like a shark trying to figure it out how to kill its prey. And so, and the way he
Right.
was talking, I was like, oh shoot. And that's what he did. He just watched the tape, kept watching it, and then he shut him down, and they won.
Yeah, I remember. I remember it was something like he felt like he couldn't. He didn't like that he couldn't control that game, like he usually does, right? He felt like he was in the passenger seat watching the game. Like that's what a great player does. So it's like watching a Michael Jordan, you know, one of the greatest of all time. A lot of people probably just waited for him to dunk on people. Like, dude, play
Yeah.
defense, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because not only are you a competitor, but you're a fan, right, of Michael Jordan, right? You're like, oh man, or Shaq. You're like, oh man, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those moments, right? It's like, man, he took over the game, you know. Like you said, how'd he do it, you know? And that made him better. So And rest
Yeah,
in
some
peace,
people
Kobe,
have that,
man.
man.
Rest in peace, Kobe, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
rest in peace, man.
You know?
I was talking about the and one, man. It'd be awesome if they brought it back though, right? It'd be
Yeah,
cool if they
man.
brought it back,
I
man,
think it was
and did
one of
like a new
those.
thing.
What was it that happened? Was it like they didn't wanna give the rights over to a different company with the name because that was
Exactly.
original?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they
They
just
didn't
let
want
it
to give
die
the
out.
name over. They let it die out because it was all corporate stuff, and they
Yeah,
were trying to change the image of and one, like making it like different. And they were like, "Nah, man,
urban.
that's not how it is." Right. Well, how we do it is we go to the hood, and we pick the best out of the neighborhoods, not the
Right.
best out of like, like if you were recently in the NBA and you got cut, then that's what they were trying to do. It's like, nah, man, we
That's not
keep it
how it
straight
is.
street, which is like, yo, you're a street legend, right?
Right.
And that's it. And that's how they do it. And I love that because it was like you
Man.
get to know other people that didn't have the availability to go to college or play
Right.
D1 and stuff like that, and they were nastier.
And you got
They
a
were way
chance.
better than those dudes. Exactly. And you got a chance to shine, even if it wasn't like NBA. But yo, like going to those games was though for me.
Yeah.
Going to those games was like watching NBA players play.
Yeah,
And
it
at
was.
times I feel like they were even better. I mean, in terms of the athleticism and talent, talent wise.
Yeah, I mean, well, it
Um,
kind of goes back to like, right? It all originates from something, right? Like, you know, the Globetrotters, right? That was like back in the day and one, right? But that was more like a circus show, you know what I'm saying? Like a on the road show, right? That was back in the day, like, oh, the Globetrotters, they do trick shots, they do all this stuff, right? And then it was and one, right? You know what I'm saying? And now they got this thing for kids. It's called Dude Perfect. I don't know if you heard of it.
oh yeah, trick
It's called,
shots.
yeah, it's trick. It's like, you know, the Globetrotters, but for kids, for young, real young kids, and they go around do
Yeah,
trick
but they
shots.
do other things rather than They do other things. They don't just do
Right.
basketball.
It's all sports, right? They do football, soccer, they do
Everything.
RC cars, they do
Nerf guns.
everything, right? So that's like, you know what I mean? It's always the evolution of something, right? Started with the Globetrotters, then and one, then they try to do the slam ball. Remember slam ball
Yeah, that
on
was
the
awesome too.
trampolines? That was rough. And then they went to, you know, the and one or whatever slam ball, and now they're doing Dude Perfect, right? So
Yeah, but I mean,
you know,
Ice Cube had a thing 3-on-3 as well, which I thought that was pretty cool.
yeah, Ice Cube
Um,
did that. I don't know if it's still going on though. What is it called?
I
Legends,
think it's still going on. It's just 3-on-3.
3 on 3. Oh no, Legends is the boxing, the fights. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That
three
Mike
on
Tyson
three
did.
is just like old dudes like that have retired out of the NBA that play three on
And I
three.
think that's cool. You know, I think
I
that's
think
cool.
it's cool because if you like, let's say you're a generation now that you never saw Iverson play, right?
Right.
You could see him play still. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Yeah.
never saw like I don't know Kevin Garnett play in his prime, right? You
Yeah.
could still see him play. It just gives
Right.
you an opportunity to kind of enjoy those legends,
Yeah.
and how they kind of used to be because they don't obviously have all the same moves, but it's just cool, man. Like if you're into the basketball, it'd be something cool for like a kid. I don't know, growing up, if I didn't have that, I
Right.
would have appreciated it.
One thing that I really like, and that they started doing, uh, was incorporating like the old school players in the 2K games. Right. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
When they started doing that, I was like, oh, now you can pick the old school Knicks, you know, or the Pistons, or you know, the '96 Bulls or whatever, you know, the '94 Bulls,
Yeah.
'95 Bulls, different years. That's cool, you know. It's like, oh, you can play with these players, like you said, that you never got a chance to see or play with in video games. So I think that's cool, man. You know.
Yeah, I also like that they did the all-time Knicks, all-time
Yeah, that's what it's
Bulls.
called.
Like you could play with the new and the old, but you can also play with the '96 specifically,
Right.
Bulls. Or I thought that was cool because
Yeah,
you could get
that's
to play with the new and the old with the Celtics, like Larry Bird and Paul Pierce.
yeah,
You know,
definitely, bro, for sure.
which I thought was cool.
Yeah,
And you could play with Kobe Bryant at the same time you could play with Magic Johnson. They were in different eras,
man.
which I think is pretty cool too.
Remember that time that I was trying to build your team for the
Scrub, dude.
2K?
Fucking scrub.
Yeah, and I
So
gave
this
you
is
the
the story.
busted up
I was
Jordan in the Wizards.
I was gonna go over, and we were like, we are gonna play, but I'm like, yeah, I don't like playing with all the like. I want to build my own team,
Right, right,
so
right.
we decided to build
I was
our
like,
own
I'll do it
teams, and
for
then
you.
Adam's like, yeah, I'll do it. So save some time.
Yeah, I got you,
Slick
bro.
move, right?
I hold
Fucking
it
weasel.
down, bro. I got you.
And so tell him the story. You gave me the
So
Wizards
so we got to pick
Jordan.
10 players, and he's picking all these players. That's cool. He wanted Chris Webber or whatever. I gave him the best of the best, right? But when it came to Michael Jordan, I took Michael Jordan in his prime when he was winning championships. And there was only one of those Jordans. And then I ended up giving him the Jordan in the Wizards when he couldn't even dunk.
And you gave me I think one time we did the same thing too, where it was like you took the Miami Heat LeBron James and you gave
Well,
me
that's what it was too. Yeah.
the Lakers LeBron James. I'm like, man, I don't want this dude. I was like, why can't this dude get
Why
up like
you're
this
like, why
dude?
is he number what do you say? Why is he number 23 in the Lakers or whatever? And I was like, oh, I took the other one. He had number 6 or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man. Talking about video games though, I
That's funny.
I get my ass whooped a lot on 2K. The last person how I played on 2K was Ed.
Mm.
Yo, he's nasty at that, man. But he'll never let me win again. He said because last time I whooped him with Chris Bosh, a 3-pointer,
Mm.
and he was like, "Nah, I'm never gonna let you beat me again." So he's been practicing. I was like, "Dang, dude."
He was probably waiting for that revenge. He's like waiting for you to be like, hey, when are we gonna play again?
Well, I always rub it in his face every time. If we talk or something, I see him. I'm like, "Yo, Chris Bosh, man." And he
I
starts
thought it
laughing.
was funny. Wasn't you guys played on the Switch, right? That's what it was. And he was complaining about how the
PS4.
controller. Oh, okay, there was a game that we played. I think it was at the
It was
cabin.
me. I complained about the
Oh,
controller.
that's
for
what
the
it was.
Switch.
You're like, these controllers are too small. I was like, man.
Yeah,
And they are. They're little.
they're small. Yeah, but you got the adapter for that.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta play next time. I don't got the newest game. I just stopped buying them every year. I buy them like every, I don't know, 3 years.
Yeah, man, it gets expensive every
It's like
year. $60 for a new game.
every year. $60. I was like, dang. I think I still got the 2000 or the 2K19. So.
Yeah, I think I have 2K18, and then I recently got the 2K21 with Damian Lillard. on
And
the
the good
cover.
thing about these games is they do updates, right? So the newer
Yeah.
versions, they'll give you the recent 2020 rosters, right? Like let's say if you
Yeah.
bought it in 2019, they'll give you the update, right? Which is cool. I mean, but nowadays players get traded every year, so it's like, man, where is he now? You know? Back in the day,
Yeah.
you were considered a franchise player. They weren't trying to let you go, you know?
Yep.
But nowadays, like, man, it's all about the money, bro. That's all they see is the M's in their account. So there's no loyalty, bro. I feel like there's no loyalty, man, to a team,
Yeah, I
to
mean,
a
I feel
city.
like
You know?
the last of them is probably Damian Lillard. That's like that. The Blazers have kept him for a long time, man.
Yeah, but look, look what that's got them. It's crazy.
I mean, it's got them to the playoffs almost every year. He's been there, but they haven't won a championship. That's about
Yeah.
it, man. That's the only thing that they're missing, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's tough to win a championship, man. Remember, you play how many games a year? 80, 82?
Yeah, man.
82 games a year. You know what that does to your knees, bro? And you're not only talking about games. You're talking about practice, man. Not a game.
Like Iverson.
You talking about practice, man. I always wanted to say that.
That's funny. You sound like him a little bit.
Yeah, that was my favorite basketball player growing up, Allen Iverson. I used to
Yeah,
try to learn all
recently-
his moves, man. All the crossovers.
Recently, Nomar, me, Nomar, and Josh went to the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I
was
wanted
fun,
to
man.
publicly apologize to you, Nomar,
Oh,
and
shut up, dude.
for the event because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I was amped and I was really gonna go, and I just, man, I couldn't make it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and blame it on my kids, on my kids for that one.
Yeah.
So when they grow up, I'm gonna tell them that story. Be like, I could have gone, but y'all messed it up for me. Now you ain't going to the zoo. Go sit your ass down. And I was like,
I mean, we can always go again. It's really cool to kind of see the history and where it came from and like how it all started and
yeah,
like,
talk
what
about
was
that. Go
interesting
ahead,
to
bro.
me. It was
Definitely.
interesting to me a little bit how women started off too, because they started off playing almost about the same time guys did. But look at
Mm,
the growth, right, in terms of the NBA and WNBA. It's
mm.
totally different, And I feel like that's always been the problem. They haven't been incorporated, right, the same way
Yeah.
as the men have in basketball and sports. And I
Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure.
wrong, man. I think that women are very skilled, and when it comes to sports and when it comes to basketball as well.
There definitely has to
Um,
be more equality, and over the years, it has evolved. People have been seeing it like,
yeah,
okay, let's treat them as
recently, yeah.
equals. But in the fans' perspective, like the way people see things, it's probably like they're not as explosive. They're not as you know, they can't dunk like Vince Carter. You know, like the whole athleticism, they have it, right? However, some people might see it like it's not like Michael Jordan or Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, stuff like that,
Well, I feel
or
like
LeBron James.
if they did get the same exposure, it probably would blow up. But I don't think they'll let that happen.
Yeah,
But they do have a lot of talent. Like there's Sue Bird. There was there's so many of them. There's another one right now, Diana Taurasi. I think she's in like the Phoenix team,
yeah. I don't
and
really, I don't really keep up on that too much,
oh
to be honest.
yeah, they're good, man. They got like nasty crossovers, and they play the game right, which is like a lot of passing, and that's how the game should be played, where you pass the ball right, and you shoot when you're open, and you get a better consistent shot. But I don't know. It's just NBA is different, right? You don't got all these people dunking, like you said,
Yeah, or the
and I think
nasty
that's what makes the game
crossovers. Yeah.
exciting. Yeah, that's what makes it exciting. And
Yeah.
I did recently. I've watched an NBA, WNBA game, and I could say that from watching it is like, um, it's not so much. It's not that exciting. You know what I'm saying to
It's,
watch,
it's kind of like
just because it's not flashy. You know what I'm saying?
maybe like high school equivalent, and I'm not trying to diss or cap on anything. But I'm
I don't
saying
think it's
probably
high school.
like,
I think it's like college level,
yeah, I
bro.
was gonna say high school, college level.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely has a lot of growth to do. I feel like when it comes to that department, UFC has been really, has really been taking over and going for it. With MMA, like giving them main event cards and the big the big platform when it comes to performing. So shout out to UFC. And Dana White.
Just to clarify on the WNBA, I'm not trying to diss anybody either, but I'm just trying to say that I think if they had more exposure when it came to
Yeah.
like commercials or whatever it was, just
Yeah.
getting more exposure
For sure.
overall, it would be a way bigger sport. But I don't think that the NBA would allow that to happen. I don't think, and I
Yeah.
think it's like behind the scenes where it's like, nah, you're not gonna be better than us type shit.
Right.
And they'll be like, "Oh no, but we do support you, but you're still not gonna be better." And I feel like
Right. It's like little brother
that's kind
type
of where it
thing.
clashes. Exactly, you're
Yeah.
just a little brother, and I feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes sense though. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of fortunately it's a lot of masculinity. It's like we're taking over. That's how the world is right now, still as we know it. So
I mean, and at the same time, you do have to take into consideration, right? A man is gonna be stronger than a woman physically, right? Physical
right.
strength. Someone the same height is gonna be stronger than a woman, right? The same height, same way, everything. And that's just how it is, right?
Right.
Because it's just the way that we're built. Um,
Right.
but I mean, it is a pretty exciting sport. I'm not gonna knock it and say it's like super boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for like dunking and like like the superstars, right, and all stars like that, you're not gonna really find that there. It's more like a team sport. Like they play the right way, which is like we
Yeah.
play as a team, we win as a team. It
Right.
doesn't matter who takes the shot, and we all play together. And I think that's the right way to play. To be honest, that's the right way
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
Because basketball is a team sport, and they play it the right way. So I mean, props to them on playing it the right way and how it should be played. You can't win
Right.
a team with just LeBron James.
I mean,
So
you see it all the time. It's like, well,
yeah,
you made it so far, but since you didn't play like a team, you lost. Because you want to be
yeah, man.
taking the last shot every shot. you know. And I don't know, Kevin was open, you know. Look,
Kevin.
Kevin's open. He's open. Give it to Kevin, right? The boys club days. Pass the ball to Kevin or whatever, you know. I'm just shouting out a random name, but you're like, man, fuck Kevin, bro. I'm taking this shot. Ha! And you miss. You know, you're like, ah, man, you could have won because Kevin was nasty. Kevin could have hit the shot. Look at him. He's wide open like this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think it's important though. Like when you're teaching your kids, it's a fundamental game. It's a team sport. Eventually, you'll see your skills surpass certain players, and
Yeah.
that's where on the court it comes to play, right? Because they're
Right.
looking for you to score, or they're looking for you to be the team leader. But as a
Yeah.
team leader, I feel like you do need to play as a team. That's the only way you're gonna win. You're not gonna win any other way, man. Regardless
Yeah,
of what
man.
other people think, or
Yeah, I mean, you can't take on 5 people, bro. You know? I mean, unless you're Michael Jordan, because I've seen some highlights that he's going like this with the ball in the air and like, and
Right,
they're
but
like
how
trying
long
to
did that
block it,
last?
and Pippen's wide open, and he's still like,
how long did that last though?
Boom.
Before he needed help, to win championships.
right. So we can't all be Michael Jordan's guys, okay? Pass the ball to Kevin. All right.
Moral of the story.
That's the, yeah. That's the
funny.
moral. So shout out
Nah,
to
but
Kevin.
it was it
Wherever
was
you
definitely a fun experience though going there. I recommend you going because I know you've never been. Definitely fun. They show you a lot of the history where it
I know
came
it's
from,
crazy
how
that
it
I've never
evolved,
been. Yeah, I've never been, bro. And you know what else I've never been to? The Blue Man Group in Boston.
Oh, they're great. I've been there.
I would actually like to go check that out. You know,
That's
I don't know. I
great,
just
dude.
never gotten to experience those things in my life just yet. But I'm still young, so I can still do.
Yeah, you
those
have
things,
to
you know?
go to the Blue Man Group. It's fun, man. Like, it's awesome, dude. If you never
Definitely
done
gotta check that out. Shout out Blue Man Group.
definitely go get in the splash zone too. Like if you get there, get the
Okay.
ponchos.
Yeah.
Because they splash you with paint, and I think that probably would have been more fun for me. I didn't get
Yeah.
splashed with paint. I didn't want to get splashed. At the time when I was like me, Rachel and I were just dating, so I didn't want to like get all splashed up. Because I
And
think
then-
we're gonna go
and
out
then
to
go
eat
to
after or
dinner.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no, but they give you ponchos like on the seats, so it's like a raincoat kind of like
Yeah.
plastic raincoat.
Yeah.
But your pants probably still get paint stuff like that.
See, if I
But it's
go, I'd
definitely
probably wear
fun,
all
dude.
white, you know, and just let the
Yeah.
paint splash and just have that, you know,
That'd be cool, dude.
like
Yeah, that'd be cool.
white everything, and just man, whenever you want to go out, boom, throw that out. Sometimes, you know, throw that on. You know, there's a
Looks
story
cool, though.
behind it, you know. But yeah,
They
Cool,
do a
man.
great performance. If no one's ever been, the performance that they do is great. I think it lasts like an hour and a half, maybe a little more.
yeah, it's a show.
But it's like a movie. It's like going to a movie. Yeah, you go
Yeah.
there and just enjoy the show, and
Yeah, man.
it's awesome.
Looking
It's
forward.
great for kids too. If
Looking
kids
forward to
haven't-
that, man.
haven't done it.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check that out. Also, looking forward to the. I know we talked about it a few podcasts ago. The Matrix movie is coming out, man. We definitely have to go check that out together, bro. For sure.
The Matrix movie. Yep. That's coming out December 22nd.
And it's coming out on HBO Max.
I think it's December 22nd.
Hey, and I have HBO Max. Okay, so if you want to come to the crib, watch it on the big screen with some popcorn
That's an invitation.
and some drinks. Mi casa is su casa.
Yeah, so it comes out December 22nd. Thanks for the invite, bro. I
He's
do
like,
want to
thanks for
go
the invite,
to your house,
but
but I do want to watch it. I do want to watch it if it's available in like 3D or something. I might go do that instead.
Well, if it's available in 3D, let me know because I would like to go. And this time,
Yeah, 3D.
and this time, we're definitely gonna get grandma to go and babysit. Okay. Call grandma.
Finally. Woo!
She's the real MVP. You know.
Yeah, grandmas. Yeah, they're the real.
Grandmas are the
MVPs for
best,
real.
bro. It's like, hey, what's up? You wanna take care of these kids for a little bit?
Or even when you were little, like if you didn't have money, oh, you need some money? Here you go. She give you money on the DL.
She slides you a 20. Toma. No
I gotta go
sabía
see
tu
grandma.
mãe.
We're probably gonna go see her Thanksgiving. We'll be there. So
Yeah.
just for everybody. I know this episode might come out after Thanksgiving, but I just wanted to let everybody know Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Stay blessed during the holidays, man. And I think it's important to just spend time with your family. And I know we will be spending time with our family.
That's right.
It's gonna be great, man. We haven't seen them all in a while, and
Yeah.
yeah. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody from my family to your family. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. I'm also gonna say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Also from my family to your family, enjoy the holidays. You know, eat a lot of good food and just be grateful and
Yeah, man.
thankful for everything in your life, friends, family, health, and that you made it through another year. You know, because some people weren't as fortunate
Yeah.
as you are at this moment. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody and stay blessed. You know.
Yeah, man. And I think maybe before we end the podcast, like I mean, it's been about an hour, so we can
Yeah.
kind of wrap it up. But right before we end it, I kind of want to say, I kind of want you to say what you're thankful for this year, right? And what I'm thankful for this year.
Yeah.
So if you want, I'll go first. You know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so this year I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my health, and I'm thankful just to spend quality time with the people that I love and having the people I love around me. Um, and I think it's important, man, because it's been rough for COVID and everything. And
Yeah, man.
I think,
For sure.
you know, you get to appreciate the little things, you know. And I'm not saying that family's a little thing, but it's like those little moments is what I'm saying, you know, that you have
Yeah.
with the family, which is just like talking and laughing and like eating good food and
Right.
those memories, right, that you won't have again. You know, you
Right.
won't have that again. You never know if someone passes away or whatnot. So I'm just
Yeah.
grateful for that, and I
For sure.
appreciate all that. So
Yeah.
definitely thankful for that.
All right. Amen, brother. So, yeah, man. This year I'm thankful and grateful for, having my family, having family, thankful for health,
Hmm.
having joy in my heart, because I was going to say happiness, but like I always say, happiness is a temporary emotion, You're just happy for a period of time, but I'm thankful for having joy in my heart, thankful for peace, thankful for the people around me, um, not only the interior family, right, which is my wife and the kids, but the exterior family, which is my brothers, my sister, my mom, my pops, my grandma, and just thankful for health as well, Made it through another year. Thankful for good friends, Mass Dialect, if you're watching this. Thankful for you, brother, It's good to have good people around you, man, and just thankful for life, man, and
Yeah.
thankful for the little things like turkey and iced coffees, baby. Had to put that in there.
Oh no.
Had to end it with a hitter, the home run, baby.
That's what's up, man. That was all good. So pretty much like we kind of said the same thing, and I
Yeah.
know, and I think it's the way we were raised, man. Honestly, you know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. That was funny though. But yeah, I think that's a wrap, man.
Yeah,
Guys,
definitely.
thank you for watching.
Definitely.
And stay tuned for the next episode. I'm not gonna name the episodes. But yes, just stay tuned for the next one. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Blessings, yo.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Another Studio Lounge episode. Stay blessed, guys. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.